Welcome everyone, it's time for race 1 here at Monza. The lights are out and away we go. Griffin gets a fantastic start off the line and his main goal now is to defend that lead heading into turn 1. Already 3 wide heading into turn 1. Let's pray for a clean run. Nobody wants a repeat of the recent GT World Challenge opening lap carnage. It's tight, but everyone is being careful, and we thankfully avoid the mayhem. Good job from everyone there, and now the field is pushing flat out again towards the Variante della Roggia. Griffin is already starting to pull away, while Kajaya comes under heavy pressure from Hennessy. A late lunging attack from car number 50, side by side through the corner, but Kajaya holds the line and stays ahead. Griffin goes really wide at the exit of first Lesmo, and Ibanez is already right on his gearbox. They're side by side now, and Griffin just manages to keep the lead with a brilliant defensive move into second Lesmo. Ascari now, and Ibanez goes a bit off track at the exit. Down the back straight, and look at the momentum car number 43 has. Side-by-side fight for the lead once again as we head towards Parabolica. Griffin late on the brakes, hoping to close the door, but he cannot. They're still side-by-side, and now Ibanez takes the lead with a better line in the final corner. But the fight is on as we're down the main straight now, and Griffin is close enough to re-attack into turn 1. He moves to the right, now to the left, showing up in his rival's mirrors. To the outside now, and they're going side by side. Who's gonna brake later? Over 240 on the dash and braking now. They're side by side now and through the chicane as well. At the exit now, Ibanez with much better grip, but he hits Griffin. He almost loses the car, but somehow catches it. Griffin retakes the lead, and Kajaya almost jumps into second place as Ibanez lost all momentum. Kajaya keeps pushing, but he's got wider line and cannot get in front. Over the curb now, and he almost flips over at Monza's aggressive curb. What a brutal fight for the lead we're watching. Incredible. McCarthy versus Owega into the chicane now. Owega stays behind, but now comes under pressure from Heinemann. Heinemann with a much better exit and closing the gap. But Owega shuts the door. Heinemann forced to pull back from the attack, and now he has to wait for the next opportunity to overtake his countryman. He lost the momentum, and now Schrey goes for a move into Roja. Very tight line for Schrey, but with a better line at the exit, and they're still side by side. Schrey ahead into Lesmo, but with a wide line. Heinemann flies through, and Hanke gets past as well. But it's not the end, as they're head-to-head into Lesmo 2. Hanke barely misses the barrier, and Schrey retakes 14th place. Catania, Heinemann and McCarthy fighting for 11th place down the main straight. Catania seems pretty safe as McCarthy has Heinemann right on his gearbox and has to decide if he attacks or defends. He takes the inside line. Heinemann has to stay behind the American as there's no space for him. McCarthy, almost side by side, very bad line, and Heinemann with a much better exit passes him effortlessly. Replay of lap 5. What did we miss? Nothing really surprising. Missed braking into the first chicane and a slalom through the foam markers, this time made by the race leader. Aggressive over the entry curb, Griffin feels the pressure to keep the lead. Big slide and into the gravel. He loses the car and slides sideways back on track. Heavy hit from Ibanez into the driver door. He somehow catches the car before he hits the wall. And now Marcelina Chepil hits Griffin. She goes round at very high speed. And her car stops in the middle of the track. That's very dangerous. That mistake is costly for Griffin, but right now, all eyes are on the middle of the track, where cars are flying through at over 200 kilometers per hour. Marcelina's car is in a blind spot for the moment. Let's just calm down and wait for an official update from race control. We hope everyone is okay, but we must wait for more information. Okay, we got a replay from her onboard, so she's okay. It looks like she didn't see Griffin at all. Maybe she was focused on changing settings on the steering wheel. She spins out and her car stalls right in the middle of the track. Absolutely terrifying. We have a full course yellow on track, and Griffin tries to bring the car to the pits. It's another big loss of points for the young driver, showing his lack of experience compared to most of the field. Let's hope his car gets repaired before the second race. But look at that damage on the left side. Also, it looks to me like the suspension is damaged, as the car doesn't seem to be going straight. But that's no surprise after a hit like that. We've got another replay, but I'm not sure which car that is. Whoa! Chepil's car literally blends into the track and they hit her at huge speed. The car we're on board with hits the wall hard and thankfully stops off track. No surprise, we have a full course yellow. The full course yellow ends just as the race leader closes in on the final corner. He started third. He dropped to fourth under relentless pressure from Hennessy, but he never stopped fighting. He conquered Paul Ricard twice, and now he conquers the Temple of Speed. From the second row of the grid to the top step of the podium, David Kajaya wins at Monza.